It's hard to believe that Wonder Woman first debuted on television over 50 years ago, with Linda Carter becoming a global icon as the fierce and fearless Amazonian princess. The show, which ran from 1975 to 1979, captured hearts with its blend of action, empowerment, and adventure. But what became of the cast after all these years? Now, in 2025, the stars have taken a variety of paths. Some continued their careers in the limelight, while others retreated from the public eye or faced personal challenges. Join us as we explore the fates of Wonder Woman's cast, reflecting on where they are now, half a century later. Lyall Wagner, born on April 13, 1935, took on the dual role of Colonel Steve Trevor Sr. and Jr. in 1976 at age 41. Though his character symbolized courage and romantic loyalty to Wonder Woman, Wagner's off-screen persona was far more complex. Once a finalist for the role of Batman, his career was often seen as a series of near misses. Despite gaining fame as a TV heartthrob, he was quietly let go from The Carol Burnett Show, a dismissal rumored to involve clashes over ego and demands for more screen time. Behind the camera, Wagner invested in Star Wagons, a mobile trailer business that succeeded financially but distanced him from Hollywood's inner circle. Personally, he faced accusations of being emotionally distant in his marriage and was linked to several affairs during his modeling days, including an alleged relationship with a young aspiring actress that tabloids briefly hinted at but never fully exposed. His obsession with youth and appearance led to a series of rumored cosmetic procedures that he denied, despite evident changes. Wagner died of cancer on March 17, 2020, at age 84. Beatrice Coon, born on January 10, 1948, was 28 years old when she stepped into the role of Etta Candy on Wonder Woman in 1976. Etta, with her bubbly charm and unwavering loyalty, was the perfect foil to Wonder Woman's strength. Known for her infectious energy, Beatrice had a fiercely independent streak that sometimes made her clash with the industry's expectations. Despite her promising start in Hollywood, her career became a roller coaster of highs and lows. After Wonder Woman, Coon found herself boxed into a niche, often typecast in comedic roles. She struggled to break free, leading to periods of unemployment. Coon battled with a secretive addiction to prescription drugs, a habit that began as a way to cope with anxiety and insomnia but ultimately spiraled out of control. Her close friends and co-stars occasionally hinted at her struggles, but it wasn't until her sudden diagnosis with lung cancer on November 18, 1999 at 51 from cancer that the public learned just how much she had endured, leaving many unanswered questions and unspoken regrets in its wake. Richard Eastm, born on June 22, 1916, at the age of 60, became the stern General Phil Blankenship on Wonder Woman in 1976. On screen, Eastm projected authority, wisdom, and unwavering professionalism. Known for being an incredibly private man, Eastom's personal battles with alcohol were largely hidden from the public eye, although rumors occasionally surfaced about his alleged temper on set. His career saw many highs, including a successful run in musical theater and dramatic roles, but by the time he landed the role of Blankenship, his Hollywood star had already dimmed, overshadowed by whispers about his past relationships and alleged flings with younger actresses. His marriage to fellow actress Anna Marie made headlines in the 1950s, but their volatile union ended after a public, messy divorce filled with accusations of infidelity and emotional abuse. He battled Alzheimer's disease in his final years, a tragic end to a career defined by authority and dignity. He passed away on July 10, 2005, at 89. Norman Burton, born on December 5, 1923, was 54 years old when he first appeared on Wonder Woman as Joe Atkinson in 1977. Portraying a level-headed government agent, Burton's steady demeanor on-screen mirrored his real-life personality. His career, built on decades of supporting roles, was steady but never the stuff of major Hollywood stardom. While his professional life never encountered significant scandal, his personal life often did. he was married twice, and both marriages ended in bitterness and claims of emotional neglect, particularly from his second wife, who accused him of using his quiet demeanor to avoid dealing with their issues. Burton's battles with depression and loneliness were known to his inner circle, though he kept them largely out of the public eye. It was after the tragic death of his daughter in the early 90s that he fell into a deep spiral of self-destructive behavior. However, his most shocking downfall came just years before his death. On November 29, 2003, a car accident, which many speculate was a result of his deteriorating mental state, took his life at 79. Dak Rambo, born on November 13, 1941, was 36 years old when he portrayed Andress in Wonder Woman in 1977. Rambo's role as the heroic and enigmatic character was one of his most memorable, but his personal life was far from as heroic. Rambo faced great inner conflict, particularly about his sexuality, in an era where Hollywood was not particularly welcoming to openly gay actors. His battle with identity and his struggle to come to terms with his orientation created emotional turmoil and a sense of isolation. Additionally, Rambo faced substance abuse issues, which made his relationships volatile. Despite his talent, his career struggled due to these personal challenges, and his battle with the stigma of his health issues, including a diagnosis of AIDS in the 1980s, severely impacted his personal and professional life. His tragic death on March 21, 1994 at 52 from complications of the disease marked a quiet end to a promising career. Rambo's story is one of secrecy, internal struggles, and ultimately a silent death that few knew about until after he passed. Tim O'Connor, born on July 3, 1927, was 50 years old when he first appeared as Andress/Colonel Robert Elliot on Wonder Woman in 1977. O'Connor's portrayal of Andress, an alien with a keen sense of justice, left a lasting impression on fans of the show. While his acting was universally praised for its depth and versatility, O'Connor secretly struggled with his own identity crisis. He had a few short, tumultuous marriages, including one to an actress who later publicly accused him of mental and emotional abuse. Their bitter divorce left scars that O'Connor would carry for years. He also faced frequent allegations of manipulative behavior toward his younger co-stars, with some even accusing him of trying to dominate the set with his seniority. The professional and personal struggles affected his career trajectory, and despite his earlier success, O'Connor's roles dwindled over time, though he never publicly acknowledged any blame. As the years passed, he retreated from the limelight, living in isolation until his death at 90 on April 5, 2018. Kurt Loens, born on November 17, 1925, was 51 years old when he began portraying General Ulrich in Wonder Woman in 1976. Loens was known for his commanding voice and strong performances as antagonists, often cast in villainous roles. However, his career and personal life were shaped by his haunting experiences as a Holocaust survivor. Growing up in Nazi-occupied Europe left deep scars, and these early life traumas followed him throughout his career. Loens faced mental health struggles, dealing with depression and isolation, which made his personal relationships difficult. His career, though steady, never reached the heights it could have due to his personal battles with post-traumatic stress disorder, which he struggled to overcome. Known for his professionalism on set, his personal struggles remained largely hidden. Although he lived to a respectable age, passing away on May 8, 2017 at 91, his life was a testament to the hidden emotional cost of surviving one of history's most traumatic events. Carolyn Jones, born on April 28, 1930, was 46 years old when she took on the role of Queen Hippolyta in Wonder Woman in 1976. A respected actress known for her regal presence, Jones's portrayal of the wise and commanding Amazonian queen was one of her career's highlights. However, her off-screen life was filled with turmoil. She had struggled with failed marriages, one of which was marked by emotional abuse, and was often reported to be battling inner demons. Though she was highly admired for her elegance, she faced major health battles during her career, and her health began to decline in the late 1970s. In the years leading up to her tragic death from colon cancer on August 3, 1983, Jones quietly fought against the illness, which had largely affected her ability to maintain her acting career. Despite her grace in public, her private life was a series of personal struggles that few ever knew. Her untimely death at just 53 robbed Hollywood of a beloved star whose potential was overshadowed by the pain she carried. Jared Martin, born on December 21, 1941, was 38 years old when he took on the role of David Gurney in Wonder Woman in 1979. Known for his complex and intriguing portrayals, Martin was admired by many for his acting talent. However, his life off-screen was filled with challenges that were often hidden behind his charming on-screen persona. His first marriage ended in a highly publicized divorce, which was exacerbated by rumors of emotional abuse and infidelity. He struggled with depression throughout his life, and his career began to fade in the 1980s as his personal battles took precedence. In his later years, Martin was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, which he battled until his death on May 24, 2017 at 75. His passing marked the end of a career that had once held promise, but his emotional difficulties and personal struggles prevented him from achieving greater success. Martin's life serves as a poignant reminder of how personal demons can cast a shadow over a seemingly successful career. John Milford, born on September 7, 1927, played Mr. Keller in Wonder Woman in 1979 at the age of 52. A minor character in the show, Mr. Keller appeared only briefly but was memorable for his tough exterior. Milford's career spanned decades, but much of it was marred by obscurity and missed opportunities. He faced multiple setbacks in Hollywood, often finding himself relegated to background roles or bit parts, unable to land anything substantial. Behind closed doors, Milford was known to have struggled with alcohol addiction, which further alienated him from potential acting opportunities. His personal life was equally tumultuous. A failed marriage and strained relationships with his children painted a picture of deep internal conflict. Though he tried to recover, his reputation never fully regained the momentum it could have had he overcome his personal demons. Milford's death on August 14, 2000 at 72 from skin cancer marked the end of a career that, while steady, never reached the level of recognition it deserved. Bob Hoye, born on April 3, 1927, was 51 when he played Marty/Norman in Wonder Woman in 1978. A minor character in the series, Hoye was best known for his work as a stuntman, and his acting was often secondary to his impressive physical feats. Despite his contributions, Hoye's career faced many struggles. As a stuntman, he encountered dangerous injuries that left him in physical pain for years, impacting his ability to perform at his peak. His reputation in the industry remained largely unscathed, but he was often overlooked by directors eager for fresh faces. In his personal life, Hoye found himself in numerous failed relationships, with some women claiming that his commitment to his career often overshadowed their needs. He was known for being distant and sometimes cold, with friends noting his reluctance to engage in deep emotional connections. Hoye's death on February 8, 2010 at 82 from cancer closed the chapter on a life lived mostly behind the scenes. Despite the challenges, he left behind a legacy as one of the most respected stuntmen in Hollywood, though his contributions to acting remained more obscure. John Saxon, born on August 5, 1936, portrayed Captain Rattle, the menacing antagonist in Wonder Woman in 1976 at the age of 40. His character, a military officer in service to the Nazis, was a chilling embodiment of cruelty, standing as a significant threat to the heroine. Saxon was a versatile actor, but his intense, often villainous roles left him pigeonholed and, at times, isolated from mainstream opportunities. His personal life revealed a far less flattering side, a tumultuous relationship with his first wife, who publicly accused him of abusive behavior, a story rarely told in the glittering glow of Hollywood. Behind the scenes, he was known for his volatile temperament, and on set, he often clashed with directors and fellow actors. His battles with substance abuse were also no secret, contributing to his struggles to maintain control over his career. In the latter part of his life, he faced financial difficulties, struggling with the reality that his once prominent career had waned, and his personal demons had taken their toll. Saxon passed away on July 25, 2020, at the age of 83 due to pneumonia. Earl Bowen, born on November 7, 1941, was 36 when he took on the role of Shaka in Wonder Woman in 1977. Shaka, a minor antagonist, was portrayed with a sense of both menace and mystery, a hallmark of Bowen's ability to bring depth to any role. Bowen's career saw him establish himself as a character actor, but it was not without its struggles. His versatility was overshadowed by the sheer number of minor roles he took on, often battling to gain recognition for his work in larger projects. Behind his professional life, Bowen faced significant personal challenges, including a long-standing battle with alcoholism. His relationships were often short-lived, and his inability to maintain lasting bonds left him emotionally strained. Bowen's most shocking moment came in the late 1980s, when he was publicly accused of mistreating a co-star during a voice acting session, a scandal that briefly tarnished his reputation. Despite his struggles, Bowen persevered, continuing to work in voice acting and television until his death on January 5, 2023 at 81 from lung cancer. Beatrice Strait, born on August 2, 1914, was 63 when she took on the role of Hippolyta in Wonder Woman in 1977. As the wise and powerful queen, Strait brought elegance and gravitas to the role. However, her career was not without its dark moments. A respected actress in the theater world, she struggled to transition to film and television, often being typecast in roles that didn't do justice to her talents. Strait's personal life was fraught with emotional turmoil. Her marriage to famed director Sidney Lumet ended in a bitter divorce, with accusations of emotional abuse and infidelity on both sides. Despite her successes, Strait often felt overlooked, struggling with deep insecurities about her career and personal life. She faced a series of health problems in her later years, and her deteriorating health, compounded by her sense of failure, left her increasingly isolated. Beatrice Strait passed away on April 7, 2001 at 86 from pneumonia, a quiet end to a life that had, at times, been marked by inner battles and emotional scars. Rody McDow, born on September 17, 1928, played Henry Roberts in 1977 at the age of 49. Known for his intense performances and versatile acting, McDowell's role in Wonder Woman was only one chapter in a career filled with highs and lows. Despite his success, McDowell's personal life was clouded by scandal. Rumors of his turbulent relationships, especially with several high-profile celebrities, swirled throughout Hollywood. His brief but intense flirtation with power and fame was coupled with accusations of his manipulative behavior towards fellow actors, earning him a reputation as someone difficult to work with. His later years were marked by growing frustration with the industry, a sense of isolation, and what some insiders called a self-destructive streak. McDowell never truly recovered from the bitterness of his early career setbacks, including being typecast and the eventual fading of his stardom. His final years were overshadowed by his battle with lung cancer. He died on October 3, 1998, at the age of 70, from lung cancer. Kurt Castner, born on August 13, 1913, was 64 when he played the role of SS General von Dreyberg in Wonder Woman in 1977. A commanding figure, von Dreyberg was an embodiment of tyranny, which Castner played with chilling authenticity. Castner, though known for his stage presence and command of the screen, faced significant struggles in his personal and professional life. While his acting career was solid, it was never as prominent as some of his peers, and his reliance on typecasting kept him from breaking into more complex roles. Behind the scenes, Castner's personal life was troubled by a series of financial difficulties. A poorly managed investment in real estate left him in debt for years, creating tensions with his family and colleagues. Castner also battled with mental health issues, particularly depression, which he rarely discussed but that deeply impacted his relationships. His sudden death from cancer on August 6, 1979 at 65 marked an abrupt end to a career that, despite moments of brilliance, was often overshadowed by personal demons. Bob Hastings, born on April 18, 1925, portrayed the gatekeeper-George character in Wonder Woman in 1977 at the age of 52. Though his role was minor, Hastings had an extensive career in both television and voice acting. Known for his steady professionalism, Hastings' career remained largely scandal-free. However, behind the scenes, he struggled with his own personal demons. Hastings was known to be an alcoholic during much of his career, which led to several strained relationships and difficulties with colleagues on set. Despite his alcohol issues, he continued to work, often playing characters that seemed to reflect his own life's chaotic undercurrents. His personal relationships were often in turmoil, particularly his two failed marriages. His inner battles were rarely discussed in public, though close friends of Hastings claimed that his outward calmness masked a great deal of inner turmoil. Hastings died on June 30, 2014, from prostate cancer, at the age of 89, leaving behind a legacy of steady, if unspectacular, work. Deborah Winger, born on May 16, 1955, was 21 years old when she portrayed Drusilla/Wonder Girl in 1976. Winger's fiery portrayal of Wonder Woman's younger sister was just one part of her tumultuous Hollywood journey. Off-screen, Winger was a force to be reckoned with, known for her volatile relationships with directors and co-stars. Her relationship with director James L. Brooks, after the film Terms of Endearment, turned sour and became a scandal, with Winger being accused of being difficult and temperamental. She was notorious for her confrontations on set, which caused her to be labeled as impossible by some in the industry. Furthermore, her marriage to actor Timothy Hutton was filled with emotional conflict and public spats, culminating in their divorce. Winger's career also took a dramatic turn when she walked away from acting during a period of personal crisis, adding to her already controversial persona. At 69, Winger remains a respected actress, but her past still resonates with whispers of her tumultuous Hollywood years. Lynda Carter, born on July 24, 1951, portrayed the iconic role of Diana Prince/Wonder Woman in 1976 at the age of 25. Diana, a symbol of strength and compassion, was an empowering figure for women, representing justice and independence. However, while she captivated audiences, her personal life revealed darker shadows. A deeply turbulent marriage to her manager, which ended in a bitter divorce, made headlines. In the early 1980s, her reputation took a hit after her ex-husband made a string of damning allegations about their relationship. There were also rumors of intense emotional struggles, with Carter reportedly battling depression and facing public scrutiny over her romantic life. But the real scandal came when it was revealed she was entangled in a series of manipulative relationships that impacted her professional life. As of 2025, at 73, Lynda Carter remains beloved by her fans, though her past remains tinged with a certain tragic complexity, overshadowed by her former battles in the public eye. Ed Begley Jr., born on September 16, 1949, took on the role of Harold Farnham in Wonder Woman in 1978 at 29 years old. While Begley's acting career remains largely free from scandal, his outspoken views on environmental activism have made him a polarizing figure. His advocacy for green living, while admirable, often clashed with Hollywood's indulgent culture, earning him the ire of many industry insiders who saw his activism as an inconvenience. Begley's commitment to eco-friendly living also made him difficult to work with on occasion, as he was known to demand sustainability in film production, which many found tiresome and impractical. Begley's personal life has also been a mixture of public struggles, with a marriage to actress Shelley Plimpton ending in divorce and a series of on-again, off-again relationships. Despite his unshakable dedication to environmentalism, his public persona was sometimes tainted by accusations of being overly preachy. As of 2025, at 75 years old, Begley remains a respected figure in environmental circles but has largely faded from the acting scene. Lenora May, born on March 24, 1955, was 24 when she stepped into the role of Melanie in Wonder Woman in 1979. Melanie, a minor character, had little impact on the storyline, but May's off-screen persona was a different matter. Behind the polished exterior, May was known for a series of toxic relationships, including a highly publicized affair with a married actor from a rival network, which led to a media frenzy and ultimately tarnished her reputation. Though she was eventually able to rebuild her career, she was continually haunted by whispers of manipulative behavior behind the scenes. Many industry insiders alleged that she often used her connections to climb the ranks, leaving others in her wake. May's personal life took a sharp turn after a devastating miscarriage in the mid-1980s, which sent her into a period of deep depression. She was also rumored to have faced struggles with alcoholism, particularly during the peak of her fame. Now 70, May continues to work sporadically in television and film but remains a deeply private figure, rarely speaking about the past that shaped her. Mark Alaimo, born on May 5, 1942, was 37 years old when he portrayed Pierce in Wonder Woman in 1979. As a ruthless and calculating villain, Alaimo's portrayal of Pierce showed his knack for playing morally ambiguous characters. In his real life, however, Alaimo was known for his own battles with temper and control issues. His career was marred by numerous reports of his unpredictable and difficult behavior on set. Alaimo was not only criticized for his offbeat acting choices but was also known for a level of egocentrism that alienated fellow actors. He struggled with substance abuse during his early years in Hollywood, which led to several arrests and incidents that nearly derailed his career. However, he managed to recover, and his later work in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine proved his resilience. His personal life was also filled with controversy, including a difficult divorce and estranged relationships with his children, who have kept a low profile. At 83 years old in 2025, Alaimo's legacy in Hollywood remains intact, despite the hidden darkness behind his successful career. Ike Eisenman, born on July 21, 1962, was only 17 when he portrayed Randy in Wonder Woman in 1979. Randy was a fleeting, almost forgettable character, but Eisenman's career trajectory took a surprising turn. Once a rising star in Hollywood, Eisenman found himself embroiled in a scandal when he was accused of manipulating casting directors and agents to gain roles. Whispers circulated that he would use his youthful charm to secure auditions, only to storm out of meetings when he didn't get the part, leading to a damaged reputation. In his early 20s, Eisenman made headlines for an alleged feud with co-stars, particularly a confrontation that turned violent during a television pilot. As Eisenman's career faltered, he withdrew from the limelight, quietly abandoning acting to work behind the scenes in sound effects and production. Now 62, Eisenman lives a private life, his acting career a distant memory, leaving fans wondering what might have been. Vincent Van Patton, born on October 17, 1957, took on the role of Johnny in Wonder Woman in 1977, when he was just 20 years old. Johnny was a young, charming character, though his screen time was limited. However, Van Patton's life behind the scenes was anything but simple. While he seemed to have it all, a successful acting career, later transitioning into professional tennis and commentating for the World Poker Tour, his personal life was filled with controversy. His first marriage to tennis star and actress Mary Lou, after a tumultuous public relationship, ended in a bitter divorce, with allegations of infidelity and emotional abuse on both sides. But it was his involvement in a series of highly publicized gambling debts that truly rocked his career. Van Patton became entangled in shady poker circles, reportedly losing large sums of money and even being linked to underground betting rings. Today, at 67, Van Patton has largely distanced himself from the public eye, though his history with gambling and failed relationships continues to haunt his once promising career. Ted Shackleford, born on June 23, 1946, portrayed Adam Clement/Pete Johnson in Wonder Woman in 1977 at the age of 31. Although Shackleford's role was minor, his career soared in the 1980s, where he became a household name for his starring roles in Dallas and Knots Landing. Shackleford's marriage to actress Annette O'Toole ended in an ugly divorce marked by accusations of emotional abuse and infidelity. During their marriage, O'Toole claimed that Shackleford had numerous extramarital affairs, including one with a co-star on Knots Landing. Shackleford's reputation took a massive hit in the press, leading to several career setbacks. He was accused of using his fame to manipulate his way into projects, often belittling younger co-stars to keep himself in the spotlight. Despite his personal flaws, Shackleford managed to retain a solid presence in television, though many insiders claim he never fully recovered from the backlash. Now 78, Shackleford continues to work but remains a figure known more for his off-screen scandals than his on-screen successes. Who is your favorite character from Wonder Woman? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.